Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys the projects I got done in the month of January. If you guys have been following me, you already know that I've been working with a stash kit that I put together at the beginning of this month. I completed all of these layouts using that kit, and I am going to use that kit going into February as well. Now I also went on a spending spree, so I'll update you on that at the end of this video. So right now I'm going to give you guys a little glimpse into my art journal book here. I did quite a few projects in my art journal this month, but I am sharing that on my art journal channel. So you can check that out in the description below, but I wanted to show you my favorite. And if you're not already following me over there on that YouTube channel, go ahead and check out that link below. This one I collaged in some magazine images. This is actually a Dilutions image here from a collage sheet, and the stool here is actually from a magazine, as well as those flowers. I showed you guys exactly how I was able to blend these into my background, and I absolutely love how this one turned out. This is definitely my favorite one for this month, but I did complete quite a few layouts on my channel, so go on over and check this out. So now I'll get into what I completed for my scrapbook layouts. So here I have my traveler's notebook, and this is for December memories. I did share last month some of these layouts, and I'll share what I got done this month, and I am complete with this notebook. It is finally done, and I can move on to a brand new project beginning February 1st. And you definitely have to come back, check out that new project. Now, here I did a few layouts in this one this month. And you can see I have 4 photos here. And you can see how bulky this is, because most of my layouts include multiple photos. And I think that's the reason why my book is falling apart at the binding. So here we have my daughter and myself out shopping, doing some Christmas shopping and having a little bite to eat. I used up some of the scraps that I had left over on this layout instead of cutting into brand new pages. And I also have here my son's birthday. You can see I cut out some hearts from this pattern paper. I also have a little cute element there in the corners. Both corners, and I think this one is for a sketch that I sized down from a 12 by 12 to this traveler's notebook size. And a lot of my projects that I'm sharing today are for different collaborations, so you definitely want to take a look at the videos for each of these projects. All of them have videos on my channel, and I will link them in the description box, and you want to check them out if you want to see more details on what I use and how these layouts came together. Here's myself, my husband, my son out for his birthday dinner, and I love how this one looks with the black and white, little pops of red, and a little touch of gray in there. And the last one I completed in this notebook would be Christmas morning. You can see here I punched out some hearts using some of the pattern paper, and I got to use the vellum sheet that I was really wanting to use in this notebook. It's very, very subtle in the background, but it's there. I used one of the cards, the cut apart cards from Cocoa Vanilla, I believe, for my title. Kept it really simple because at this point my notebook was really filled up. Now I will go ahead and do a complete flip through of this album eventually. I will first repair my spine, and then I'll go ahead and do a flip through. So now on to my scrapbook layouts. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layouts done, and I love how they turned out. Like I said before, a lot of these are for different challenges, different collaborations, so you can check out those videos and get more inspiration, because more than likely there are links in those videos where I have other crafters sharing their layouts using the same challenges or collaborations. So here we have Let's Celebrate Together, and I think this one was for the Scrap 5 challenge. And I don't usually use craft as my background, but I did on this layout, and I love how it turned out. I also used this really old vellum. That was actually one of the challenge, was to use some vellum on your layout. And I love how this look with the frame. I slanted my layout just a tiny bit there, but I definitely wanted my photos straight. This is myself, my kids, and my grandson out to dinner for my birthday. Here we had the challenge also to use doily and use, this was for the Scrap Harder challenge, which is to use something digital on your layout. So I believe I combined two different challenges with this one. So next up, we have this fun layout. I love how this turned out. I absolutely love the wood grain paper here. This is from Close to My Heart, and this is a grid design. And I cannot remember the challenge this one is for. I'm thinking it's for the sketch, the Sunday sketch Sunday, I believe it's called. And yes, I believe it is for the Sketch Sunday. And I stamped my title there using some really cute stamps from Heidi Swap. And you can see I printed out my photos in black and white, and the pops of colors come from the kit, my stash kit, where I added in some of the cocoa vanilla items from their Merry and Bright collection. I also stamped out my border using a border stamp from Close to My Heart and added in a little bit of washi as well. Now these little circles here, those are from Felicity Jane. I've had those forever, so I got to use a tiny bit of it here on this layout. Here we have this really busy layout, and I love how it looks. This is also from Sketch Sunday, and we used a sketch from Sarah's Scraps. She had some mixed media elements on the bottom of the sketch. I also added in a touch of it here, and I was so excited to use this pattern paper. This is from the Cocoa Vanilla Merry and Bright collection as well. And I definitely wanted to use it as a background. I didn't want bits and pieces of it. I wanted to actually see that pattern paper. Now you can see I also used some doily to layer behind my photo, as well as some tissue there. And we have some corrugated tissue here also. And I did the Scrap Harder challenge to use a bad photo. So you can see this photo here. My daughter, there's a reflection in her glasses. The lighting is not really that great, and my face is cut up, but I love this photo, so I went ahead and documented it. Here I have some strips of rose gold washi, and I have some Felicity Jane hearts as well. I love how this looks, and I think this one would be my favorite for this month. Here we have some black and white photos of my daughter, and she got a new haircut. This is actually the shortest she's ever cut her hair. Now, on the background, just like with the Cocoa Vanilla Floral pattern paper here, I knew I wanted this pattern paper to show up a lot on the background and not just in little bits and pieces on my layout. So I used as much of it as I can here, and I just gave a little bit of the corrugated cardstock there just to break it up a tiny bit. I also got that little pop of black, which, like Moira said to me, it brightened up all of the other colors, and I love these clusters that I created. Clusters I do have a hard time with building them up, but I worked on this one until I got them as full as I wanted, because I did not want them to be too skimpy on this really busy background and get lost. And you can see there, even though it's a busy background, huge clusters or medium-sized clusters, these are definitely not huge, but they're medium-sized, and you can see my photos still stand out against my layout here. I also added a few little pops of these black hearts, and you can see some gemstones in there, some gold tone and also some clear ones. And a lot of these I popped up on foam adhesive, the leaf there for example, and the flower. And I also added in those cute little leaves that I punched out using my favorite punch, my leaf punch, and some gold glitter paper. If you guys remember, I've had this gold paper stack in my stash kit for maybe 2 months now. I used one sheet of it, and I punched out these leaves. I added a tiny bit of journaling to the bottom here. And this is actually scrap harder once again to add your handwritten journaling on your layout. So this one would definitely be my favorite for this month. I also completed this for Christmas in January, the collab, and I love this one. I did a monochromatic here. We got lots of black and white with pops of red, lots of red actually. And I got to use up some of this scalloped glittery washi that I've had forever. And that's a photo of my grandson meeting Santa in 2018. And this was pretty simple. I just layered up a lot of different pattern papers in the background behind my photo. Added in some puffy hearts from L Studio and some splatters. And I think this washi definitely made a huge impact on the layout and pulled it all together. So I loved my projects I completed. I think I got quite a bit done between my layouts and finishing my traveler's notebook, and not forgetting all of my art journal layouts I also did on my other channel. I think I had a really great month creating. So now for my spending freeze update. So guys, as far as my spending freeze go, I am happy with the results. I was able this month to use up a lot of my older supplies. For example, I pulled in this pretty vellum here that I've had forever. I have some Felicity Jane items, and even this washi I've had for so long and not using it, and I was able to bring it in onto my projects this month. So I'm really happy with the results. There were some hard days when I saw some pretty things I really wanted, but I held off and I tried to find the pretty things that I already have that I can use on my projects, and I was definitely able to do that. So moving into February, I am not going to be on a spending freeze anymore, but I am definitely going to be thinking a lot more about what I bring in, and if I have something else already that may work and may be very similar to what I'm looking at the moment. So that's my plan moving forward. I am going to bulk up the stash kit that I started with at the beginning of January and get my layouts, my projects done in February. At the end, I will share with you guys what I have left from the stash kit that I started with at the beginning of January. I'm not going to share that today, so be sure to look out for that video. I hope you stick around, you subscribe, you hit that notification bell so you'll see when I upload new videos using that stash kit that I started with at the beginning of this month. And don't forget, check back tomorrow. I am going to share a brand new project that I am going to be doing together with my friends Moira and Amy. And I'm going to share all about that tomorrow here on my channel. So I hope you guys come back. And I want to thank you all for watching today. So until my next video, bye.